Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we have full details on the new patch 1.07 update for WWE 2K25 as 2K have dropped a hefty update containing a ton of fixes as well as brand new content with new championships and arenas. So let's run through what's included in this update. As alongside the general stability and performance improvements, we have confirmation of some new content as the patch notes include the addition of the new NXT Championships as the current version of the men's and women's belts have both been patched in. The new NXT Championships can now be selected when setting up title matches, with the belts also added to create a championship. Moving on, the patch notes list a lot of updates and fixes in regards to the camera, as developers have addressed reported concerns of the Money in the Bank briefcase clipping in creations, addressed reported concerns of the camera cuts presentation options not updating in AI versus AI matches, adjusted the Hell in a Cell roof transparency to make it more opaque, addressed reported concerns of the camera losing the target in multiplayer brawls within the WWE archives and the NXT parking lot environments and when a superstar exited the ring during an underground match. Also covered under the camera updates, we have addressed reported concerns of the camera not focusing on the AI winner after a human player was eliminated in the Royal Rumble, improved camera tracking, angles and targeting, addressed reported concerns of superstars disappearing at the end of brawls, addressed reported concerns relating to replays and the highlight reel, as certain elements didn't display correctly, including back tattoos, the spectator camera UI, drag attacks against car hoods, and the closing of the casket in a casket match. Also fixed, we now have Battle Royal highlights that span the entire match, all participants shown up correctly in Elimination Chamber match highlights, and the pin rope break option captured properly during highlights. Moving on to the creation suite, we have a lot of updates to cover here, starting with a few general ones, as developers have addressed reported concerns where the manual camera wouldn't engage in create an arena and create a superstar during part and image customization, along with various stability improvements for all modes. Focusing solely on Create an Arena, the updates here note addressed reported concerns of the revert dialogue not appearing when cancelling from arena lighting, addressed reported concerns of thumbnails being incorrect for templates and for saves, addressed reported concerns where the commentary team would not appear at the announce table when present, addressed reported concerns where previously applied images were not removable if the part was switched to one with less customizable sections, addressed reported concerns where images placed on the barricade corner could not be moved left or right, addressed reported concerns where the text for subparts in the announce table were incorrect, addressed reported concerns where the inner LED ring posts could not be individually customized, addressed reported concerns where covers and bases for the announce tables could not be individually customized, addressed reported concerns of venue features blocking the ring mat, which obstructed the view, and the update for this also notes that the venue features will now turn off automatically when in the ring menu and return to the previous setting when exiting that menu to avoid any obstructions. Another change sees the developers add a toggle venue features button that can now be accessed from all screens, addressed reported concerns of the lighting rig being hidden based on users' venue preferences, and an update to the object highlight blinker for better visibility so that it's easier to see what's being selected. So there's a lot of updates there for Create an Arena. That was one of the modes that was most in need of fixes, so this should hopefully make for a big difference. Moving on to Create a Superstar, we actually only have one fix listed here, as the patch notes include addressed reported concerns of not being able to reorder image customizations, which was one of the biggest complaints from creators, as once an image was applied, it wasn't possible to change the order. While this is the only fix listed for Create a Superstar, from testing the patch, there's also a few extra fixes that weren't mentioned in the patch notes, as the patch has brought back the ability to use the wrap mapping option for footwear, as well as the ability to remove custom renders when editing a downloaded superstar, as the patch has added the ability to remove the render when editing stars in the creation suite, so if you prefer to remove the render images, you now have the option to do so. Up next, we have some more new content. As listed under the Environments category, the patch confirms the addition of the Saturday night's main event arena, which has been patched into the game as a brand new option. Also listed under Environments are improvements to player and camera collision with objects in multiple arenas, updates to multiple superstar trons, including a fix for B-Fab, as developers have now assigned her the correct trons. One extra update that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes but comes in relation to entrances is the addition of new DX trons for tag teams, with this update also adding a new DX template so you can finally create DX as a tag team with their trons and their music. Moving on to MyGM, this one is another area that's seen a lot of improvements, as the patch has added the option to include the Women's Mid-Card Championships for Raw, SmackDown and NXT, which allows you to sign the likes of the Women's Intercontinental and US Championships or the Women's North American Championship. In addition to this, brands with new mid-card belts have also had their popularity bonuses reduced for balancing against other brands. Other changes to MyGM include updates to the NXT belt visuals, which refer to the new championships that are patched in and their menu images. We have updates to the NXT brand that now receives 2 copies of their power card per season, roster tuning with stat updates for various superstars, game tuning that includes tuning for fan retention and cash gain across the game. Fan retention rate now increases from season to season up to a max of 99%. Reduced arena capacity for the largest arena from 50,000 to 45,000. The PLE victory bonus has been tuned and reduced from 10,000 fans to 5,000 fans. Tuning updates to seasonal challenges, and they've also reduced the maximum amount of fans that a charity promo can grant. Staying with MyGM, in regards to emails, the update has also added new email interactions and email tuning so that some emails appear more often. New tutorial updates that can be activated on the post-show breakdown include better clarity on PLE fan and cash gain. Available managers like CM Punk now appear in custom draft games, providing you didn't select them as a GM. And lastly, WrestleMania now requires all brands on all difficulties to book 2 mid-card matches during week 25. So if you're a MyGM player, there is a ton of new updates and fixes there which should help to freshen things up. Up next, we have graphics updates, which include general stability improvements, a fix to body bruising that wasn't appearing on superstars when using alternate attires, and 2 more creation suite fixes, one being a fix for face photo positions resetting when selecting the image after making modifications to it, and the other one an issue on Xbox One and PS4, where images placed in custom arenas would display gaps and move improperly during matches. Moving on to MyFaction, the updates include updated displays for pack contents within different play modes, updated empty images which appeared blank, and general stability improvements. General stability and improvements is also listed for MyRise, with this being the only fix for this mode, though it's also been reported that the patch has fixed a problem with the King Booker model that stopped it becoming available once unlocked, so if you previously unlocked him and he wasn't available, he should hopefully now appear. Up next, let's talk Universe mode, which has also received a ton of updates, the first being an update to the calendar that sees the addition of Saturday night's main event, which has also been added as a new template when setting up a PLE. In terms of fixes, active shows will no longer be automatically simulated when deleting simulated shows, with this also seeing the developers address a problem when deleting shows from the calendar, improved general stability and functionality. Listed as part of the UI changes to Universe, we have addressed reported concerns of divisions not being editable on custom shows. Managers can now be selected when editing a match, even if they're not on that show. Addressed reported concerns of changes being reset in the participants menu when resetting changes for all shows. Championships will now be properly vacated when removing custom superstars from a show. Addressed reported concerns of the Judgment Day version of R-Truth being used even though that character was locked. Money in the Bank cash-in sliders have now been properly reset when resetting Universe, and an updated nameplate's been added for Ridge Holland. In terms of matchmaking, the developers have tuned the logic for how many managers are assigned during a show's matchmaking. Tag team matches will now be prioritised when you select a member of a tag team in Superstar mode. We have a fix for a 3rd Royal Rumble match appearing when setting up a 2-day Royal Rumble PLE. Addressed reported concerns surrounding intergender matchmaking and generating title shots, which seem to bypass the gender restrictions, and addressed reported concerns with tournaments, including the inability to add custom superstars to a tournament PLE. One of the best updates comes in regards to rival reactions, as you can now set up rival reactions on PLEs, which previously could only be done on weekly shows. Also listed as part of the changes to the rival reactions, we have addressed reported concerns surrounding Money in the Bank assignments, targets, rival reactions and entrances, updated referee attires during cutscenes, addressed reported concerns of some rival reactions being locked to male superstars only, addressed reported concerns of rivalry outcomes and momentum not being applied, as well as adjusted UI when setting up and displaying rivalries. Other changes note that they've addressed reported concerns with promo cutscenes and showing their base match correctly, and then in regards to promos, if you select the win match in 5 minutes option during a self promo, your next match will now show a timer, which kind of works like a beat the clock challenge. So again, lots of new updates for Universe as well as a few new features. The next set of updates all relate to general gameplay changes, with these including addressed reported concerns of run-in and paparazzi paybacks not functioning in Universe, addressed reported concerns of manager attires appearing as ring attires, additional improvements around Bloodline rules matches, alternate attire usage and custom match rules applying correctly, addressed reported concerns with a rope break which would automatically happen in underground matches despite it not having any ropes at all. Finally, we have the other category, which contains a few miscellaneous updates, with these noting the addition of the Payback MyRise and WrestleMania 31 day and night venues being added to Create a Show and Universe mode, enabled win-loss tracking for all superstars in Universe mode, addressed reported concerns with championship stats, and made various improvements to the initial Universe mode roster and setup. So that's all the updates contained in patch 107. How should there be any additional fixes or changes found, I'll cover those in a future video, but until then, let me know what you make of the updates in the comments, and if you missed the previous video, you can check out the latest roundup of this week's new creations. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.